Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And once again I'm going to start by apologising for the air conditioner. It may sound a little bit loud and we are a bit grey today, so I think we're expecting a little bit more rain. But anyway, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I spent a lot of time in the garden. We had quite a bit of rain, so what I did was I made a few projects. And the projects that I made are the little banner. This can be done in several different ways, and I have made it up, so I'm going to show you that in a second. I did the Memdex, and I did that really easy. And I also did the tin can, which is a storage box. Don't like to call it a box because I always think a box is square, but you know what I mean. So I did the tin can, and I didn't actually use the one that gives it the sides. I actually cut my own because I wanted them higher. So what I've worked out is as long as you double thickness your cardstock, you can have your can 12 inches high if that is what you want. Right, so now I'm going to share my projects with you. So first up, I'm just moving a little flower out of the way here, is the tin can, and there you can see the top of it, and this is how I decided to make mine. Now all of the cardstock that I'm using today is digitally printed, and this one is American Crafts, and it's the Mayberry pack. Now I do believe this is a retired pack, so you'd have to hop onto their Facebook page or email them or something if you wanted it. And that's what it looks like inside. Now, so there's my lid, and I've doubled it up so that I was hiding my brad there, which, you know, is a good thing to attach that with, because I also cut this double thickness so that you've got something good to grab hold of. So if I turn it to the side there, you can see it's nice and chunky, and I just curved it up slightly so that I've got something to hang on to. But isn't that wonderful? And of course, if you want to cut it in foil to make it look like a real tin, it will absolutely do that, and I believe KSCRAFT has that on her website. But you also get a little trim. Now the trim can go obviously at the top and the bottom, and I would guess should be done in silver so it looks like a real tin can. But I just put a red trim at the top of mine. There you go, now you can see that pretty paper, and did it like that. So the height of my can, if I grab my ruler, is, let's have a look at that. I've made mine 4 inches high. So what I'm saying is you can go to 12 inches, you know, the length of your scrapbook paper. If you've got a good quality 12-inch scrapbook paper, you can absolutely wrap this can with a sheet of 12 by 12, and you're going to have a really lovely tall gift box. Imagine the kinds of stuff you could get in that, especially if you did it in Christmas paper and you've got those tall candy canes and all kinds of Christmas goodies just tucked inside. But as I say, if you're doing something that tall, make sure you double thickness on the quality of your paper, if you know what I mean, so that it's good and sturdy. And then if I measure across the width of that, because it doesn't matter how tall you make it, it's still going to be the same width, and I believe that is 3 and, let me get that absolutely accurate, what is that, 9/16? Let's just call it 3.5. It's a fraction over 3.5. It's too early in the morning to get complicated, but I really enjoyed making that, and it was easy to make. So that is the tin can storage, and that's what it looks like on the bottom. And I went all strawberry, as you can see. Right, yes, before I get and confuse myself even further, next up is the really sweet little banner. Isn't that cute? It just cuts out and it folds over. You've got your layering pieces, you get the little postage stamp, and you also get a smaller one that you can stamp into. You get the lovely tassels. Oh, that's a better picture because it really is grey here, and that's a sagey green. And my little pom-poms, they're from AliExpress, and I just glued those onto the end of a gold straw. And you can see the reverse of those tassels because I decided to put the top piece on here, and of course you can use both together, and the bottom piece on this side, because once again I used that Mayberry paper. And what I did was I took the gold doily in that set, and then I layered over a strawberry, and then I layered over the word sweet. So I've got all of those fabulous colours going on, but that's just so pretty. I mean, you could just have the alphabet on there, couldn't you, for a little girl or a little boy's party banner or something. Just really sweet. Love it. Yeah, good job I chose that word, isn't it? Right, measurements. Right, I'm going to call that folded in half because I'm pretty sure that it's meant to fold on a straw, and that is 3 1/8 high to its fishtail points there. And then on the width of it, because it has its layering piece, is 3 inches. So lovely. Like I said, you can make those all different ways. And then next up I've got a Memdex, and the Memdex comes with a flower and stems, and I didn't put the flower on mine because I found a sheet of cardstock that just fitted the Memdex absolutely perfect. So I just cut out a flower and layered it on top of each other. But isn't that pretty? Ooh, there we go, that's a bit better. And it's like Queen Anne lace. It's all fluffy. And also, if you wanted to, you could totally use these like little fireworks on a project for the 4th of July. But isn't that sweet? Pop that there. Yeah, that can be my strawberry flower for a minute. So that comes with the Memdex set. And this is the Memdex. And as I said, you know, I found this piece of ephemera in that Mayberry kit, and I actually thought that it suited the flower. I didn't stick it on because I wanted you to see the whole design, but it does, it actually suits the flower in this pack. But just really pretty. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And we have the word hello, so you could send it to somebody, but it's got that beautiful loopy edge, and I just think that is so sweet. I popped it up on foam. I always put loads of foam in there because I don't like to keep saying the word humidity and cursing myself, because if I don't do that it'll just go all wavy and horrible on me. So really gorgeous. So let us measure that. Let's measure the back piece, and that is 4 inches, and then the height of it is 3 7/8 of an inch. And of course you've got the layering piece. I just think that's wonderful. So if you've got loads of circle shaped pieces of printable ephemera, or even if you've got them in a pack, it's just a perfect thing to pop onto something like that. So that is what I made for you. Now I am not going to be up tomorrow because I have an appointment. My whole can, I don't think that's going to fit in there, but I will be back on Wednesday. So I apologise for the colours and the dreariness and everything else, because as I said, the weather's not too hot. But you have an absolutely awesome day. I thank you so much for joining me today, and as usual, all links below. Bye.